Hey, what's good, guys? It's Cahmron. Today we'll be bringing you a scrappy 3-level scorer build in NBA 2K26. Before the video starts, again, big shout out to Out Here Ballin' 21 in the Discord. Again, this guy's an absolute demon when it comes to finding these rare names. He posted the blueprint in there. I modified it a little bit, but wanted to give him a shout as well. Peep the Discord. I always say it in these videos, but we talk builds like crazy in there, and you're 100% going to see a build you've never seen, never heard of, and in general, it's just a really great community. So, how do you make the scrappy 3-level scorer? This version is a 6'10 small forward. You're 212 pounds, and you have a 6'10 wingspan. Looking at the stats, you have a 78 close shot. You have an 85 driving layup. Both of these, decent combination. 78 close shot, 85 driving layup. You're going to be able to mash a little bit. 85 driving layup is going to give you silver layup mixmaster, as well as silver physical finisher. And you have silver float game, which are all really, really nice things to have. 75 driving dunk. This is a really tough one. I tried over and over and over and over again to find a way to get this driving dunk to go up to 87 with caps. I had absolutely zero luck doing so. But again, if you're really good with these cap breaker multipliers, feel free to take a look at this, try to figure it out. This is a plus 10 for 5 caps right now currently. But obviously, I feel if you're going to have 75 driving dunk, the goal is kind of going to try to go 87 for silver posterizer. But again, right, we got max plus 1s, max plus 2s. So at the end of the day, if you do want silver posterizer, you can definitely get it with the max plus 1s, max plus 2s. 81 standing dunk for silver rise up. You are 6'10", so you do get some standing contact dunks. 79 post control. Can't be a 3-level scorer without some post control. This is going to give you gold post fade phenom, which I think is always a really good candidate to max plus 2 to go legend post fade, or max plus 1 to go Hall of Fame post fade. 88 mid range. The way this is set up, you're going to want to drop 5 caps here to go ahead and get Hall of Fame set shot. It's also going to give you gold shifty, gold deadeye. 89 3 ball. This is another really nice spot. You're going to want to add 1 cap here for deep bomber take. But what's really cool about this shooting setup once you have your 93 midi is if you go sharpshooting specialization, you can max plus 1 set shot to go ahead and get legend. Then you have a max plus 2 for either legend shifty or legend deadeye, depending on how you're trying to play. Or you could even go ahead and do this to post fade phenom as well. But I really like this combination. You're going to have deep bomber take. You're going to have legend set shot. You're going to have legend deadeye. Literally seasonally as well, you could have legend deadeye, legend shifty, legend set shot on a 6'10", with a really crazy build name, which I think is just absolutely elite. You have an 82 free throw, so these are kind of some empty attributes, but the thing is, really the big value spots on this build with multipliers is the playmaking, and we're going to touch on that in a second. And I really just don't know where else you would put this free throw at. If you drop this in driving dunk, what's going to happen is your 5 cap breakers are going to slowly lose their multipliers. So you make this 76 driving dunk, you're going to go 2, 2, 2, 2, 1. You make it 77 driving dunk, and it's going to go 2, 2, 2, 1, 1, etc. until you lose that boost. So that's kind of the tough spot with this build. 85 driving layup determines the build name. 83 interior determines the build name. This vertical cannot go up or else the name changes. And this block can't go past 81 without the build name changing. So it's in a really weird spot where there's genuinely just not a whole lot you can do attribute-wise with this free throw, which is why I just went ahead and threw it all there. 61 pass. Again, no man's land, but if you drop 1 cap here, you do get 65 pass for bronze break starter. 65 ball handle. 3 caps gives you a 75. 4 caps gives you a 78. 59 speed with ball. 1 cap gets this up to, I think, like 65. And then another cap gets this up to 70 for pro dribble style and lightning launch. So with 5 caps, you will be able to get the full ball handle, full speed with ball. 6 caps, you'll be able to have 65 pass, 75 ball handle, and 70 speed with ball, which I think are some really, really crazy attribute jumps on this build. And the biggest thing that I think is really cool about it, you've got 83 interior defense, you have silver post lock, and this 83 does trigger the name. 83 perimeter, which gives you silver pick dodger as well as silver challenger, which I really like at 6'10". Cannot get steals. Potentially, you may want to drop some of this in there, but for me, I don't really go for steals anyways, so I'm good with a 53. 80 block, you're going to want to drop 2 caps here to go 84. That's going to give you silver paint patroller. 55 O board, 80 defensive rebound. You have silver rebound chaser, silver box out beast. Good potential max +1 or max +2 candidates as well, just to be a little bit better of a defensive rebounder. You've got an 80 speed, 75 agility, 83 strength, 81 vertical. So if this strength goes up by 1 rating, this becomes a gritty 3-level bully. If this vertical goes up, this is a gritty 3-level scorer. So you're kind of stuck with these awkward ratings, right? 84 strength is what's going to give you Hall of Fame strong handle once you have 78 ball handle, which is nice to have. Is it fully needed? Not necessarily. But 83 gives you the good value of silver brick wall. 81 vert definitely is no man's land, but you drop 1 cap here, you will go 83, which is going to give you Hall of Fame pogo stick. But overall, I think this is a really solid build. Definitely lives up to the name. Obviously, you guys know I love the scrappy build names, and I'm really glad there's at least a few of them that exist in the game this year. You're going to be really solid with layups, really solid with floaters. The dunking at 75 is going to be just fine on fast breaks, or if you break down your defender. 81 standing dunk is going to be excellent on cuts. You got the post game. Going to have absolute elite shooting. Tons of legend badges. Can knock down a free throw. You'll fully be able to dribble. Going to have things like Giannis cross. Going to have the KD dribble moves. You're going to have pro dribble style. You're going to have bronze lighting launch, which you can make gold. You'll be able to have bronze break starter. And overall, playmaking is going to get a major overhaul with your caps. Interior defense, going to be hold it down. You're going to be able to be switchable. 83 perimeter gives you silver pick dodger, silver challenger. And with the patch, you should have a slightly easier time contesting people. 80 block, drop 2 caps here. Going to have silver paint patroller. 80 rebound. Going to be a pretty decent secondary rebounder in my opinion, and again, physical's really solid. Looking at your shades, you've got shades of Chuck Pearson, Cooper Flagg, Kevin Durant, and this is a scrappy 3-level scorer. So passing isn't a threat. Once you have bronze break starter, you're going to really build a max +1 or max +2 your dimer, your break starter, just to be more consistent. But this is a very strong build, and I think a build that's just going to be a great asset to random rec group, organized teams, 3s, 2s, whatever you want to do. I think this build's going to be excellent. Looking at these caps again, as you see, playmaking caps are really where the majority of your boost is on this 610. You'll have 65 pass, 75 ball handle, and 70 speed with ball. Again, overall, really good value. 3, 4, 5, 6 total caps to go ahead and get everything you want on playmaking. And for perspective, you need to spend 6 caps to get 4, 8, 11, 14, 17, 23, 28. So if you spend 5, 6, 7 caps, right? 3, 4, 5, 6. So if you spend 6 caps, you're going to get almost 40 attribute points back, which is really good value. And it's definitely going to be very impactful on this build. You've got your 3 ball, move that up by 1 for deep bomber. And of course, you've got your mid-range, which is going to be extremely valuable for you. This is going to give you Legend Shifty, Legend Deadeye, and Legend Set Shot Specialist if you utilize your max +1s and 2s. Finishing-wise, potentially you could get the layup up higher, you could get the close shot up higher. But the main one here I would even consider would be dunking if you do want to try to go ahead and get that up. But for me, I'm probably just going to take the L and run the 75 driving dunk, 81 standing, get the Giannis dunks, call it a day. Defensively, you're going to want 84 block, a couple caps there, and your vert, you're going to want 1 cap there. So priority of cap investment. I would probably do 5 on mid-range, then I would put 1 on 3-point. Only do the 3-point if you want deep bomber. If you don't care about deep bomber take, just leave the 3-point off. Let's say we go 5 midi, 6 on pass. That's 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And then if you decide to do this, that's 15. Or if you want to go ball handle up, that could be 15. Get the strength up by 1, 16. But again, main things I prioritize, mid-range, that whole playmaking suite we had talked about earlier, your vert, and your block. After that, again, that's a lot of caps, 13 to 14 caps. But from there, it's kind of up to you to dictate how you want this build to end up kind of looking and playing. Takeover wise on this build, I would probably do speed with ball take. This is going to give you 85 speed with ball on a 6'10 with pro dribble style, which I just think is ridiculous. And then I probably would run deep bomber take personally if I took the time to unlock that with my 93, or I would run sharp take. Again, I'm very, very basic with these takeovers, but I really like these solo attribute boosts because they give you just a ridiculous amount of value, and then you can pair that with the takeover abilities. And I think all the takeover abilities are really, really strong this year. Definitely can feel them, and I think when you pair one attribute with a crazy boost with a really nice takeover ability, there's really good results. So that's kind of what I would run, keeping it simple, speed with ball, and sharp take. Lastly, build specialization. Heard to mention in the video, I would run sharp take. I would run sharp specialization, just so I could get these extra caps, and I could get these badge perk max plus 2s, max plus 1s, and fully utilize those to go ahead and get myself Legend Set Shot and Legend Shifty or Legend Deadeye. And then from there, I would kind of plan on trying to use my seasonal max plus 2s and my crew max plus 1s to continue to boost shooting badges, and then kind of move into playmaking badges. And then from there, I think you've got a really, really solid build with an extremely rare and unique name. So that's all I got for you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed. Scrappy 3-level scorer. Really like this one. Really like 6'10 small forwards. And I think if you want a build that's unique, got a little throwback with the Scrappy name, and I'll say kind of a Kevin Durant-esque build, definitely check this out. So with that, thank you guys so much for watching. That's all I got. Hope everyone has a great day. Peace.